Now that the country has been entangled with coronavirus, I want to find out what measures you think government can put in place for businesses to also heave a sigh of relief now that prices of commodities have shot up.
Yeah, that one. What can the government do apart from we managing the little stocks that we have here? And we believe that the stock that we have can be able to contain for a while. But I've given timelines that probably if the situation is not contained around May, June, then definitely the shortage will be very obvious, and then the price increase will set in. And so that's what I have to say, because looking in what, like, people say, why don't you patronize made in Ghana goods or goods from Africa and West Africa and all that? Virtually, we cannot even have the goods here. I'm telling you, my sister, the goods, our import requirement that we need or that we seek, we cannot get even 5% or say 10%. Let's put it moderately, and 10% from the local sources or even within West Africa. It's virtually not there. We are talking about maybe electricals. Tell me where I can get ceiling fan to buy in Ghana. Tell me where I can get the switches and all that, the transformers and all that. And you talk about other commodities like hardware. Tell me where I can get the multi-locks and all that, the hinges and all that. We talk about car spare parts. Tell me where we sell these things. So the great majority of our needs are sourced from outside. And even the manufacturers in here, they depend about 90% of their components or the input of manufacturing from China. So it doesn't even make any difference for us to even think about to source from the local sources, because it's virtually no there. In the past, they have said that we don't patronize made in Ghana goods and all that. And this coronavirus have exposed those sentiments. It has actually exposed that call for us, because the goods are not here. And we have been saying all this time that we buy the goods that we cannot get here. The goods that the local manufacturers produce here, we consume it. We buy it for them. They are not traders. We, the traders, buy those goods and sell. And so if we have it here, we buy. But if you don't have, then we don't have. They simply do not have. They don't meet the import requirements, simply. So I want you to put that one categorical for the whole Ghana to know that the coronavirus has actually exposed the local industries. The fact that they cannot sustain even 10% of our import requirements.
Okay. Last question. So what commodity is being patronized the more on the market? Now that you've made mention of what we import more, or if you can first elaborate what we import more to buttress this point, and then we move.
I'll give you examples of
electrical
products. You tell me the electronics, electricals, electronics, spare parts, confectionaries. Even confectionaries, we can get some here, some few biscuit factories, and then maybe the drinks, soft drinks and all that. But it's varying. It's so many. So it's just a few that they can. And then we're talking about haberdashery products. We're talking about even textiles. Textile they can produce some here. So I want to take that one. But the great majority of goods that we import, the essentials and all that, we cannot find it here. The directives that the government have given now is a reflection of the common sense approach that we all have been informed. We have been informed by our common sense that we do not have even to travel and all that. So what the president is saying is absolutely correct, that we do not even risk ourselves. And we've actually advised our members, and they are not actually even planning those foods. Whose wife or whose husband is going to allow him to travel at this moment? And now the directives that the president has given, that the schools are not going and all that, you know that for the trading, we are now on the receiving end of the whole thing, because we have to be able to serve the greater majority of the people.
Yes.
Even if they are confined in their houses, we have to provide them, and then the trading community will put our lives to this, and that's why we will sacrifice and then make sure that our consumers we do not neglect our consumers by also staying home. We are going to serve them, and even though we are going to take a greater precautions, then we will ask them also to take precautions when they are coming to the market, because our market is not like the advanced ones where the physical interaction, bargaining and all that is not there. They source the goods from the counter, they go to the cashier and pay and go. And they do online services and all that. Online having caught up very much with this. And so definitely we have to be there physically again to serve them. And at this point, we want to sacrifice for the generality of our consuming public, and make sure that we also take greater precautions, much as we are also advising them also to take precautions so that we do not harm ourselves.
The government has released $100 to fight the novel coronavirus. I want to find out if you think there should be a portion that should be allocated to businesses to, as a way, help fight the disease.
Yeah, it's very important, because they should be able to also, as part of what they are going to use the money for, to provide logistics at subsidized rates for the traders, so that, because we can never neglect the people, whilst we are going, if even people have to be confined, they have to eat, they have to buy their basic needs and all that, and we will be there at the front. And so we should also be factored in this allocation and find a way to provide these logistics that we might use in combating this, and even at a subsidized rate, it will be okay for us. And then we will serve Ghana with all our heart. This is the time for us also to show what we can do for a country that loves us, and we also love them.
I guess you've heard that there's a hike in the sales of hand sanitizers. People are buying it for 50 cedis, 70 cedis. What do you have to tell people that are cashing in at this point? Taking advantage
if you know what sales is, when you go to school, we have this theory of demand and supply. Normally, the driving factor is there. If there's a shortage of goods, automatically prices go up. It's a natural sequence.
Yeah.
It's a natural sequence, and so that one is not a deliberate measure by anybody. If the thing is available, the price. If the thing is not there, it's only that we also have to think about our own welfare. That if we so punish the consuming public, and they do not have this to protect themselves, the ripple effect will come back to us.
Yeah.
So whilst you are thinking about your profit, you also have to think about your own self and the other people. So if it is deliberate increase, then I'm not for it. But if it's a natural sequence because of demand and supply, that's how it normally works.